Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Buzz.
Bryan.
All right, so I'm not going to lie, this is not my first time doing comedy. However, this is the first time I might get anyone to laugh. At the very least, I look sexy, right?
Oh my.
So I came up with everything I was going to do tonight, and then I was like, what do I do? Because he said that I had 10 minutes, which is great because I only prepared 5. So I thought I'd start off with a little bit of education, because who doesn't love education? That got a much bigger response than I thought it was going to. Much like the 4 minutes of Gordon. Sorry, Gordy. So I wanted to start off with a little bit of education, like I said, because I wanted to let you know what I am, because I'm sure there's at least a few people going, man, woman, I don't know, drag queen?
New Yorker.
New Yorker, yes! You know, today that really wouldn't surprise me. Also, Chicago's a little, sometimes, especially around Boys Town. If you don't know what that is, it's their gay community. I walked into a chiropractic office and I went, my left knee is bothering me. Is at a convention? Knee, can you help? And they said, come on in. I ask a question. I usually get an answer a little more direct, like, hey, can you break a 50? Not usually like, I don't know what that means. So I walked in, and the first thing they did is they had me fill out a bunch of paperwork, which is always fun. Who doesn't love paperwork? See, I told you guys, that's what I was expecting with the education. So I filled out the paperwork, and then they took me back, and this lovely lady was there, and she was like, okay, just have a seat. And I was like, okay, I had a seat. What next? And she went, okay, all I need you to do is get into this lovely hospital gown. And I was like, but I'm at a chiropractor's office. I usually go and see the $20 walking guy, where you go, crunch, crunch, crack, crack, crack. Okay, thank you, here's $20, bye. And they said, well, we'd like to do some x-rays. And I said, I just need my knee popped back into place. My chiropractor back home does it all the time. Okay, I don't do knees. That doesn't help. So I said, okay, well, what can you do for me? And they said, well, I can make sure that you're on alignment. And I was like, okay, let's try that. So we go and we do this. And this guy, at the very end, I noticed that there was a gay pride flag, which I don't know if that's a politically correct term. I'm sorry. It's a rainbow flag, and it's typically associated at gay pride events. I'm calling it the gay pride flag. And I said, what's this? And he said, well, you're in Boys Town. And I was like, I thought I was in Chicago. And he said, no, Boys Town is the gay community. And I was like, okay, I didn't realize there was a community. So I find out all this, it was fun. Anyway, I got off track. Let's go back to the education, because you guys had so much fun with that before. And it led me down a good path, I think. I don't know. So, the word transvestite is what I consider myself, at least when I cross-dress, because that's what cross-dressing is. It's trans. Anyway, trans coming from the Latin word over or across, and it usually defines it first as across, then over. And vesti, I believe is how you pronounce it. I don't know. I don't speak Latin very well. My first language is English. May surprise you. So that means to be dressed. So it's overdressed or cross-dressed. I like to think overdressed. Yeah, tell that to your boss next time he walks in and says, all right, we need to talk about the dress code. And you go, well, you're a transvestite. Because you're blatantly overdressed for the occasion. And then I think you'll find your last check will come in probably 2 weeks. It'll be a blast. So, that was the education bit. Now, one thing that, so how many of you out there are Android users? Show of hands.
A Windows phone.
We don't need that. Okay, there's one Windows phone person here. One, yeah. Two, both of you can get together, and I don't know what you can do on a Windows phone.
Nothing.
iPhone.
So, for those of you who chose correctly to go with the iPhone,
You can burn it.
First of all, women, get pockets. I am tired of it. I am a guy. I usually wear guys' clothing. Sometimes I wear heels because they're fabulous. But Your cell phone, it goes in a pocket. It doesn't go in a purse. And I'll tell you why. Because guys, we're not organized. Not at all. Not even our thoughts. So, when we pull out a phone and say, hey, I took this really cool picture, I want to show you, we go, because we've all taken those pictures. And then you go, okay, look at this. This is my lock screen. So there's not actually a picture on there. I wasn't searching for anything in case anyone in the audience is confused. You're welcome. Ladies, when you want to show us a picture, you're also very organized. I say that sarcastically, in case you didn't pick up on that. You look through your purse, which is about like trying to find a needle yeah, we're in Kansas, so you're going to have to get used to this analogy. In a stack full of other needles. It doesn't make sense. Get a system that works. Oh, yeah, guys, it's called, guys, what's it called?
Pockets.
Thank you! Audience interaction. I got 3 people, not too bad. So I want to talk to you about Apple. Because I'm clearly an iPhone user. I'm in love with them. I drank of the apple juice. And it served me pretty well. I have a business in town and I use all Mac products. I know, you didn't think that I was an executive transvestite, because I have a business. Thank you, Eddie Izzard. He's the one who said that. Figure I should credit him because it's not my material. Thank you for crediting Eddie Izzard. If he were here, he would love it. So, Apple. Every year I watch their keynote. Every year I'm disappointed. Because every year, Tim Cook comes out on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WWDC. Let's see, the Roman numeral means 2016, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Apple. That's what you hear anywhere else, but at an Apple event, you hear the Eddie Izzard bit at the event. Everyone's like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna release a new phone, duh. It was called the new iPhone event. So creative. So, what they do is they walk out and Tim goes, this year, we've created something truly incredible. It's the latest and our best iPhone. Soaring applause. Thank you. And every year, I think to myself, gee, why couldn't you have brought the 5S back? I just hate it when you make updates to it. Why do you keep doing that? And every year, I wait for this lovely channel on YouTube to release their video mocking the entire event. It brings me so much joy. So, let me figure out how to work a purse real quick. Now see, if you're a fan of Staples, that was not easy. So, I was at a party. I know, I have friends. I get invited. It's weird. And who's been to a party? Woo! Y'all need to get out more. I was at a party and I was drinking beer. Now, I know that may surprise some of you, especially if you know me. I typically drink liquor. But beer is manly, as I am. Oh, darn. Little twin there. So, manliness is not really my forte, as you may have guessed. And what I did is I walked in and I was like, I brought beer to the party. They were like, did you? And I was like, yeah, it's pumpkin spice beer. I kid you not, this exists. So as we're all sitting, playing a fun game of charades, thank you. I knew I was going to screw something up tonight. No takers? Okay. Gotta try, right? And what I did is I was sitting on the floor, like you do at all parties, except for this one. Maybe we should invest in less seating next time. Just kidding, I like chairs. So, as we're sitting on the floor, somebody asked me a question, and I look over, and I spilled my beer, like a moron. So what I did is I got a towel, I put it down, And I went, 1, 2. I did that about 3 times. I looked at my watch and said, I'm calling it 9:35. That's when the carpet died. Thank you.
Give it up for Bryan Snyder,